Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Hold on a second, something's not right here. Does this look weird? Finally have some abs. But is this the right kind of PFD for you to wear in a boat? Stick around to find out more. Hi, I'm Sean from Cove Lessons in Boating. And certainly PFDs are more fun than PDFs if you have to work in the office all the time. But there are different types of life jackets, and you have to make sure you know what you need to have on board legally and actually what the right ones may be for each type of usage that you want to do in your boating. So let's start with what I'm wearing right now, which is a competition or an impact vest. If you're wakeboarding, wake surfing, air chairing, doing anything like that, people will want to wear something like this because if you do take a tumble, it will help you with that impact. But be aware that this is not truly a PFD and it will not keep you completely afloat in the case of an emergency or if you're knocked unconscious. These are not approved to have on board the boat as one of your life-saving devices if you're ever pulled over by the authorities, and you cannot use it as one for a person on board the boat. So you're going to want to make sure that if you have any of these competition vests on board, that you also have on the appropriate life-saving device for any other of your occupants. If you want to know more about all the things you need to have on your boat for safety, check out this video here. So this is an actual PFD that is US Coast Guard approved and Transport Canada approved. And you're going to want to look inside the vest on the back on this label here, and it's going to tell you if it is approved to be used as a life-saving device or a PFD. PFD just means personal flotation device. This one is a 3-buckle. This is what we call a universal standard, and it will fit most adults on board your boat. So these are great to have in large numbers on your boat. They're not very heavy. They're made of either nylon or polyester. They do not absorb water, they don't tend to grow mold, and they're just great because they lay flat and you can store a whole bunch of them on board for your occupants. They're kind of comfortable, but not something people often wear for an entire day on the water. They also come in infant sizes. And you can get traditional keyhole life jackets, which are PFDs, that are also safe and effective for keeping someone afloat in emergency, and they are also Transport Canada and US Coast Guard approved. Next, we move up to a neoprene vest, which between the nylon or polyester and the competition or impact vests, you often find really nice PFDs that are made of neoprene and foam are a little bit more comfortable, in this case for an infant or youth child. And these are much more comfortable for wearing for long periods of time because they're softer, they don't chafe the skin, and they tend to form fit a little bit better. Next, we have PFDs that are specific for the sports that you're doing. So people who like to kayak or paddle or do other extreme water sports, there are life jackets that are specifically made for those sports, are more comfortable to wear while you do those activities. And you can find them in various colors and various shapes and sizes to match whatever activity that is. Typically, people don't have those on board their boats, but they will use it for those various water sports. Then the last category of PFDs are inflatable PFDs. And these ones are great because they take up very, very little room. And people often wear them, particularly if they're alone in a boat. And you often see anglers or fishermen wearing them when they're out on a boat alone, because if something happens and they fall overboard, they don't have anyone to help them. And you can get two versions. You can get an automatically inflatable version, which as soon as it touches the water, it will inflate, or you can get manually inflated versions. And these things are great because they are comfortable enough to wear all day long out on the water and you don't even really notice. But do remember that if you get the automatic inflation ones, or if they do have a cartridge to inflate them, those cartridges do have an expiry date and need to be replaced every once in a while. So make sure that you have the right number of PFDs on board for your occupants. Have a couple extra in case people join that you aren't inspecting. Make sure you check on them every once in a while so that they're clean and don't have any mold or mildew on them. And make sure that if you have smaller people on board or larger people who need various sizes, that you take that in consideration too. I don't know about you, but I'd rather wear a PFD than look at PDFs all day long. Please like this video and subscribe for more, and we'll see you out on the water.